India has officially surpassed 200,000 coronavirus deaths. The country has also reported 360,000 new cases, making the world's largest single-day tally. Hospitals have been inundated with patients, many being turned away due to oxygen and bed shortages. Crematoriums have reached breaking point as locals are forced to build makeshift funeral pyres. But India's government has shut down claims of oxygen shortages, despite other countries sending more supplies.
There is no shortage of oxygen. The area where we are facing a huge challenge is bringing that oxygen from plants to hospitals and to those who need it. But that's being addressed, and we are quite hopeful that in the coming few days, this particular issue would be addressed.
Australians trapped in India say they feel abandoned by the federal government's decision to pause flights between the two countries. With no guarantee they can come home anytime soon, authorities are urging them to wear personal protective equipment to stay safe.
As bodies continue to burn, the smell of death hangs over India's cities. With 360,000 new COVID cases in the past 24 hours, many Australians stuck feel utterly forsaken.
The government has abandoned us. They have just, left us in a war zone. Instead of, pulling us out from the war zone, they have abandoned us and told us, you're on your own.
The new Home Affairs Minister advising 9,000 Aussies, 600 of whom are vulnerable. The government will look at flights when it can.
In the meantime, if they have access to PPE, I would encourage them to be using that.
High Commissioner Barry O'Farrell telling Sky News.
The good news is that many of the Australians who are stuck here in India are with family or friends.
Conceding what many officials seem unwilling to say.
As Australians, we're obligated to get them home.
Flights to India remain paused until May 15, but there's no actual guarantee that they will start again then, with the government unable or unwilling to say just what the threshold for international travel to the country actually is.
Initially, it will be very dependent on the health advice that we receive.
And despite caps on hotel quarantine, it's still apparently okay to go abroad for weddings and funerals.
In terms of exemptions, we need to be able to move people for urgent reasons around the place.
Is a wedding one of them?
Well, it can be, depending on the situation.
It
can be.
For those who are able to return, Darwin's Howard Springs facility is considered the gold standard.
Howard Springs show. There we go.
Now due for an expansion as part of a $500 million deal struck between the Northern Territory and the federal government.
The success rate of containing breaches in the hotel quarantine network is 99.99%. Now I'd say that's a pretty impressive stat. Here in Howard Springs it's been 100%.
The facility is 7,000 kilometres from New Delhi, but to those cut off, it's another world away. Jonathan Lee, Sky News, Canberra.